It really seals the deal in
Truly. Break
many
the seal
ways.
to seal the deal.
Right.
Okay, I need to patent that.
You do. Break the seal to seal the deal. Should we retire now? You might. This
You
might
guys,
be our
this
big
might
break.
be it.
Welcome back to Bestie Tales. Before we hop into today's episode, a big shout out to TLF for sponsoring another podcast episode. You guys know how much I love my TLF oversized sweatshirts. When I tell you that we live in these all the time.
No, it's we
bad.
are in them 24/7.
And it's not just Chooch and me, it's also Nash, because their sweatshirts are unisex, which I love. So if you girl math it, like we always say, you basically are getting like a 2-for-1 deal or like a BOGO. You know, you get to wear it, but you're sharing it with everybody in the household, which we love. So if you guys use code TLF Sophia P at checkout, you can save 15% on your order. That is TLF-Sophia P at checkout. If you guys are watching today's episode on YouTube, which you can stream this episode on YouTube today, you guys might see a little furry guest. You guys, we have the full Panella siblings on here. We want to introduce you guys to our 12-year-old little brother. His name is Oliver. He is a Lhasa Apso, and he's so perfect and handsome. We love you, buddy. If you talk to your dog in a regular voice, that's a
major red
red flag. I'm like terrified if you do that. But I think the main reason, like we love our parents so much. But I would say the main reason of moving out here would be to be closer to Oliver.
Ollie, yeah.
Because he's only getting older.
I know.
This is our childhood dog.
Buddy, this is what we do in our free time.
I know. So we kidnapped him. We picked him up. We'll just like surprise attack our parents and be like, hey we're kidnapping Oliver for the day.
We're doing a sleepover.
And we want Ollie on the pod. So he'll like spend the night with us and then we'll drop him back off. Because he's a very routine oriented king. He's a type A guy and he really has a routine down with like our parents. But we'll snag him every once in a while. But I don't know. He blends in with the aesthetic. So no, I'm just going to leave him. He is a king. Look at him. Hopefully you guys can see him. He's so little and tiny, but he's going to live forever, which is really cool. And we just love him so much. But we're like, we have to get Ollie on the pod. Like,
yeah, Ollie on the pod is our dream.
This is our
dreams are coming true.
This is it. Like,
I
this
just
might
hope
be
that
it.
people can see. Like, I'm scared that they can't see him through the blanket.
I'm sure he'll readjust though.
Can you hold him up really quick?
Like, should
I'm sorry. He'll be fine.
kumbaya him?
He'll survive. Buddy, say hello. You're
perfect
doing so
and
good,
handsome
buddy.
and tall and strong. We do affirmations with him all the time. Yeah,
buddy,
he's just happy to be here.
You are.
I know. Do you like that fuzzy pillow? If you guys are not watching this and you're listening
really
to
soft things,
you
to
guys
the
probably
point
think we're crazy.
Where I'm surprised we didn't bring his Barefoot Dreams blanket.
Our parents have a Barefoot Dreams blanket for him.
Sue bought him a very expensive, and it's like,
which if you don't know what Barefoot Dreams is, it's like
a really, oh my gosh,
bouge.
Just bouge.
Yep.
It's so cozy.
They've got really great slippers and robes and blankets.
Yeah.
Like if you want to invest in like a really nice robe, Barefoot Dreams is like the softest shit ever. And he has a Barefoot Dreams night blankie. Yeah, buddy.
You're so good.
You're so if they're listening to the audio only, they probably think we're crazy.
No, I know.
But like, I mean, let's get real. Who talks to their animals? It could be even like a fish, a frog, a bunny, dog, cat, whatever, in a normal voice.
I just don't think you do.
You cannot. It should be honestly a crime if you do. And you know what? Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a tangent, but I'm seeing too much of this.
Okay.
I'm seeing way too many people walk their dogs when it's over 80 degrees. It's like 95 and it's blistering hot and the pavement is at least 120 degrees.
So
if I see should they not be like written up? They should be like pulled over or something. Like we should start a community neighborhood watch where we start writing people up if I see their dogs on pavement and cement that's too hot. It makes me so mad.
Ollie doesn't really like to exercise. He'll do a couple
he's
little
an indoor
sprints.
Cat. Yeah,
he is. Couple little sprints inside.
Oh yeah, he gets the poop zoomies. Like he'll take a little dookie outside and he'll come in and he'll be flying off the walls.
Zoomies.
Yes. Do you get poop zoomies, buddy? Yes, you do. I know. He's like, this is the best day. Okay, he's gonna like do his own thing. He's probably going to be jumping up and down this whole episode, but we wanted to introduce you guys since you got it. Wow, that was so athletic. He just jumped from my chair to Chooch's like the king he is.
Oh my gosh.
I love him so much.
It's Olympic season.
Yeah, he's like, it's the Olympics. Like that was his tryout for it. He's so perfect. Oh my God, I just love sniffing him. His little like Dorito, Cheeto, Frito feet, which a lot of people are like, oh, that's not good. It's bacteria. It's not like that bad. So it's not that bad. It's just a little tiny bit. He goes to the groomers often and he gets checked out often and they say he's literally perfect. So obviously he's perfect. And again, like he's going to live forever and it's just like magical.
Yeah, look right into the camera.
He's like, Ollie is for the besties.
Yeah,
that's
he knows.
For sure.
He's showing up and knows exactly
he's showing
how
up
to
and showing
work
out.
His angles. Do not jump off this couch.
He keeps hitting his head on the microphone. You need to readjust yourself for the comfort of him, please. He's a senior citizen. Ollie, come here. Come here, buddy.
Well, that's not going to do anything.
I know. This poor guy. Do you want to come up here to your favorite sister? Pick your favorite. Come here. Obviously, it's me. His ear, he just went like, what?
Okay.
We'll just let him go.
We'll let him
do his thing. He's like a grown man
jump.
and he's okay. Come on. Okay. No, do your thing.
Oh, okay. Cat cow.
Yeah, he's perfect. Yeah, he does. He just did a little cat cow moment because sometimes I feel like he's a cat.
Okay. How are you? How are things?
I think okay. Yeah. I'm trying to come up with a reason for it not to be okay, which I'm really good at doing. But things are actually completely. I have to say though, I was in my follicular phase this past week. I still am right now. And you can probably notice the changes in me night and day.
Same.
Yeah, it's pretty. Is he wiping his ass or is he swimming?
No, he's swimming.
Okay. He does this thing on the carpet where he will go sideways and he'll start like, I don't know, swimming. He'll start swimming. So we call it swimming when he's like rubbing his face on the side of the carpet. No, things are good. I just had a really great week, feeling great, mental health stable, mood stable, energy stable. Workouts have been great. Doing solid core 4 times a week now, which has been really great. It's been hard to go from 3 to 4 though, I won't lie. It's like my body it's taken the toll. But I'm almost at like 40 classes. I'm about to hit my 50 class mark, which they usually do like a little sign, which I'm very much looking forward to.
Cute.
I love a good main character moment. But things are good. How are things with you?
We're talking as if we don't live with each other.
I know, but we have to update the besties. But how are things?
I know.
With
I
you?
think I'm fine.
Are you okay? Are you mentally stable?
I'm so tired.
I know.
You know what?
Yeah.
I've spent like the last couple nights. I've gone out with friends.
You have
and ate amazing food, and it's just I'm finding new places all the time, and it's so fun. But I'm just tired. Like my social battery. Like I've always been notorious for, once I reach my max, I go home
and that's it.
And I say bye.
Yeah.
As I'm walking out the door. So like
it's like kind of Irish, but not really.
Yeah. I try to acknowledge the people and just be like,
yes, sayonara. It's my time.
I won't be going out tonight. I'm just
we're gonna be
I'm gonna be like literally posted up. I don't think I'll be posted up in a sweatshirt and sweats.
Probably in this. Yeah, he's trying to claw his way to the back. He's really he is the main character. He is the main character.
You gotta be on your best behavior when we get into these stories, little buddy. Yeah, there you go. Lay down.
His little baby up. Hi, do you remember me?
It's the baby that like every dog has. It's like the little lamb.
The little lamb. It's like a red. It's got red
Plug
hooves. Is that what you did? Oh yeah, Plug the red. The Ruth. We call her Ruthie Bell for some reason.
Yes. Sue named it, and then
so did
Ollie responds. He knows exactly.
Do you know who Ruthie Bell is? Yeah, it's his best friend outside of me. But okay,
we're gonna get lost in the sauce just talking.
I know. This whole episode, we're just gonna be. You guys are gonna be like, "Are you guys okay?"
I know.
The answer is no. But that's kind of the update. Things are good.
Things are good.
Things are good.
Moving. I just wish it was fall.
Thank you.
I just wish it was fall.
We actually did go to anthropology today. If you guys are looking for fall candles, You have to go to Anthropologie.
Sorry, you gotta cash
You
out. You
have
have
to,
to.
because those cheapo ones from Home Goods are okay, but they're sometimes just too much.
Yeah.
Anthropologie candles, not only do they smell amazing, they burn slowly, very
They
slowly.
have a good burn time.
Really
They
good burn
really,
time,
really do.
and they're fucking adorable. They're so cute that you could, I don't know if you guys know this trick, but after you're done with the candle, put it in the freezer when it's at the very last bit of that wax where you can't burn it any longer. Put it in the freezer and then freeze the wax. And then basically, if you crack the wax, and you can easily take it out, and you can now reuse it as like a bowl or
Yeah.
whatever, a storage thing. We do that all the time with our candles, and
Mhm.
we reuse it as decor. So girl mathing it, like if it
It's so
lasts
worth it.
forever, it's free. You know, it may be $40 for a candle, which is insane. I get it. They're good size. They're a good size though, but they smell incredible. So we went there today
We
and we
picked up a
picked out some
few.
good scents.
It's been like overcast. I
It's
don't.
been overcast and rainy.
It's been overcast and rainy, but hot,
Very
which is new
hot.
to us.
Yeah,
So
I
we're
don't
getting
like
used to
it.
this. But
Yeah.
I'm looking outside and I'm just thinking, oh, it's gonna be a nice
Cold,
50
chilly day.
degrees. Like, oh, walking
Nope.
out.
We wake up in the morning at like 7 and we
Oh,
walk
it's
outside. It's
85
like
degrees and
85.
sticky.
Yeah, it's miserable. That's the one thing I will say. I do miss the weather. I miss it bad on the West Coast, but
But we'll be fine.
we'll be okay. It'll be fall. It basically is fall. Like August, I want to start decorating. Like, you guys let me know. Please let me know.
Is it
Leave in the
normal? Like,
comments
can we?
when you guys start decorating for fall, because TBH, I think it's getting sooner and sooner. I'm thinking mid-August for me, but
Yeah.
I think a lot of people might go like September 1st. They
Yeah.
might do like Labor Day or something, which is September, like totally understandable. But I'm leaning towards August because I don't think I can take it any longer.
No,
Like, it's
I
just
need
sitting in
that. I
storage.
need that dopamine hit.
Need it. I already started placing some pumpkins here and there. I don't know if it's like, if you guys are picking up on it, but there's some pumpkin stuff going up slowly but surely. It is July, but let me live.
Let her
Chobani
live.
started this whole thing with
Yeah,
the
they really
pumpkin
did.
creamer July 1st. They said, fuck it. Again, they are allies to fall, which I
I
appreciate.
love a good Chobani creamer.
We do. We absolutely do.
I do.
Okay, you guys, we're going to hop into it. We've actually got some really good Bestie Tales. We're going to try to power through as much as we can. I know we say that every episode, but
we
I
get
really
lost.
do. Look at how perfect he is.
Oh,
Yeah, he's laying on me.
buddy.
Okay,
Oh,
no, he's dead.
shit,
Okay, that
sorry.
was it. The moment lasted for 1 second.
No, go
Okay.
back, go back.
This one is kind of a long one, but it's about a situationship. This story, I think, is really relatable to a lot of you guys out there, where it's like the situationship that you can't really let go. You kind of do, but you can't. All right, ready? Buckle up, guys. Hi, pals. Love the podcast and all things related. I have some tea with this situationship I'm in and would love some advice and guidance. I met this guy 2 years ago when we were 27. Things started off pretty strong. We got really close, hung out all the time to the point where we were basically dating without a label. We shared the same values. He met my family and I met his, and he fit into the friend group really well. He became a big part of my life. We hung out with our close friends all the time, and I practically lived at his house. We did everything together, but had a healthy relationship where we took times for ourselves. There were never any red flags, major fights, trust issues, or anything like that. When I say he was my dream guy, he really was. Things continued this way for a bit until we finally made things official. Well, that didn't last too long. As much as he confessed he cared about me and liked me, he just wasn't ready for anything serious. He admitted it wasn't because there was anyone else or because he wanted to explore other options. He just wasn't ready to be committed because of life and his career. So we cut things off for a few months until we rekindled things. We have the type of relationship where we picked things right back up where we left off and nothing was off. We just weren't in any official relationship. Once again, things continued this way until he moved a few states away for his job. After he moved, we still continued how things were, and I visited him a few times. Everything was great until it wasn't. The last time I visited him, we took our relationship a step further for the first time. Yes, you heard that, for the first time. It seemed like our relationship was stronger than ever. After I left, things stayed how they were for a few months until ties were cut completely by him. There was no explanation and no signs leading up to it. Nothing. Basically ghosted. This was really hard for me because I had spent the last 2 years with this guy and really saw him as the one I would end up with. Eventually, I tried seeing and dating other people, but I often found myself comparing everyone to him and couldn't get him out of my mind. I spent time working on myself and found myself in a great place. And then here we are. He reached out to me a year after ending things. I was hesitant at first, but went along with it to see where things would go. We've been talking for 5 months now, and things seem better than they were when we were together. He seems like he spent time working on himself and certain aspects of our relationship that were missing, but I'm a little reluctant because he has shared that he still doesn't know if he's ready for something serious. He admitted while we were apart, he did hook up with other people and see other people and basically just do him, which bothers me a little bit. But then again, he was figuring himself out. He asked me if I wanted to come visit and see where things would go. I said yes, with the idea in the back of my head to not expect anything. So I guess I'm just wondering what to do. I really do have love for this guy and could see myself marrying him. However, after being together for 2 years and still not knowing if I'm the one, do I continue to see where things go and wait until he's ready for something serious? Or at this point, do I just cut ties? Since this now has happened twice where he tells me he needs to figure things out. Don't get me wrong, he's a great guy and I really think he has good intentions and truly is the definition of a dream guy, future husband. But how long do I wait for him to be ready? Is it fair for me to have to sit and wait? Is that not the most
If
relatable story ever?
blink twice if
Yeah.
you've dealt with this in the last 2 years.
Yeah. The situationships are
Horrible.
situationshipping really, really
Really
hard.
recently.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see like psychological studies come out about
Yes.
what time during the pandemic did to people because
Mm-hmm.
it like has completely shifted our entire
Yeah. Social and
communication
communication
scope.
scene. Mm-hmm.
And in that process, like we got so used to like relying solely on kind of social media and our screens to keep us in contact with people, not being
Mm-hmm.
able to have, that interaction in person, that I just feel like some of these people out here will always think that there are options, options,
There's
options.
other things out there or something, or
Yeah.
just as like, I don't know. It's one of those things
Look,
that I feel like okay, here's what I'm seeing now, especially with like our age, which obviously this is obvious, you guys. I'm not pioneering anything right now,
no.
but your inner child comes out in your 20s, big time. And I think a lot of people right now are unpacking their childhood, whether it was traumatic or not. Even if you had a good childhood, you're still unpacking it. And it's coming through now in relationships in your mid to late 20s. Because when you're in high school and college and you're in relationships, you're still under this umbrella and in this bubble to where you just don't really, you're not thinking that deep. But now we're fucking thinking deep. The frontal lobe's developing. We're experiencing real life. We're like becoming adults. And I just feel like a lot of people, like if you're in a relationship with somebody, like you've got to talk about their childhood with them. You have to unpack what their childhood was like, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. Just talk about it and see, because that is exactly why they are the way they are.
Right.
You know, it's because you don't know if they have divorced parents and maybe they are scared to settle down and get married, or, maybe they had a really bad relationship in early ages and they don't trust easily. Like, if obviously maybe at this point you've unpacked that stuff, and if you have, then you can kind of pivot. But honestly, you guys, this isn't like a first date kind of thing, but if you're this far into a situationship,
Like you
you've
should know these things about
yes.
somebody if you're spending over 2 years with them.
Yeah. And you've
And
met
2
their
years is a
family.
really, really long time, and speaking from a situationship survivor,
Yes.
um,
Yes. Surviving situationships.
it
That's what there needs
is
to be a Netflix
there
series called
needs to,
Surviving
because it is
Situationships.
mentally exhausting.
Yeah.
You are probably just going through it, and I'm so sorry for you, but to answer your question, is it fair for you to have to sit and wait?
No.
No.
Honestly,
It's
no.
not. And I know exactly where you stand in this position where you're like, so much has been invested,
Mhm.
so much of my time, so much of my mind, so much of
Mhm.
my body has been invested into this person. I've
Mhm.
met their family, which is the worst fucking part of it all, is like
Yeah.
feeling as though the approval from the family, you're like, oh, this is something serious, only for them to be like, no, it's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, exactly.
So, knowing that you're weighing between two options of continuing on with this and kind of moving on with your life makes me happy, because I feel as though you kind of have maybe that one foot out the door, like knowing that you do deserve someone that's maybe a little bit more upfront and ready to commit, especially if you're ready to commit and be in a relationship.
That's what I was gonna
if
say.
that's something that like you want, go get it. And guess what, if it doesn't happen for 1 to 2 years, like at least you're on the path to finding somebody who is aligning with you and where you want to be. And I just feel like,
and those are conversations that you want to have with, you know, your future partner to make sure it's headed in that direction. And some people are cool in situationships. They're not ready for that commitment and they don't really want it, and they're chilling. You're like, yeah, I met their family, like it's cool, and they're okay with that. But if you are the kind of person who's in a situationship but you want that commitment, you want the conversations to be like, no, I'm going to marry you. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. I love you. You're my everything. Like, let's figure things out together and get us in a good place to then take that next step and start that next chapter of our life with marriage and kids, etc. And that's like, if you're looking for that, this guy's not going to give it to you. And you at this point don't want to be like that person that tries to change him and help him towards that. Because we're already like 2+ years into this, maybe even 3, you know, which puts you at around 30. There's no time for anything, you know, there's no good time to get married or have kids or whatever. At this point,
these are beautiful years and you don't want to be wasting it.
And you're still young and hot.
Yeah,
at 30,
you don't want
girl.
to be wasting it on somebody who is like kind of down, kind of not. You know what I mean? And you know what kind of people are kind of always down for you are your friends.
Yes.
Right? The things that are just like good people. But like, I feel like my best advice is maybe approach a conversation with this person and be like, look, I want to be in a relationship. I want to be in a relationship with you. Like, do you see that? And you need to be ready for the answer to either be, you know what? Yes, I do. Let's do this.
But prepare yourself.
Prepare yourself to like double down and walk away if and when he says, no, I'm just still not there yet. Be like, you know what? Best of luck, buddy.
And
I'll
sayonara.
always have a special place for you in my heart. But I know what I want. And I don't think you can give that to me. And that's nothing against you, nothing against the person you are, nothing against your family, but we just want different things.
2 different things. And that's always the hardest thing, is when you it's almost like, can you just cheat on me? Can you just rip off the Band-Aid and cheat on me? So
I asked the universe for that.
Yeah.
I said, literally just make it bad. And then the universe said, let me cook up something real fucked up.
Yes.
I will never go into the details.
Yeah.
You guys can just imagine, but it's fucked up.
It's bad news.
But yeah. Be careful what you ask the universe for.
Yeah, that's actually true. Maybe not. She will provide.
I'm like, I just need a sign. Like, I was like, I just wish that he would do something bad so that I can just walk away.
You guys, I can't even. But we love you. Stay true to who you are and yourself. Lean on your friends during this time. Lean on your family during this time, and put yourself first in this situation. You know, it doesn't mean, remember, some people are only meant to be just a part of your life for a chapter, and maybe this guy is just a chapter of your life. It doesn't have to end badly. It can be sad and it can be hurtful, and you can be like, fuck, like I just wish, but you'll find the guy that is going to be upfront with you and it's just going to click right away, and it's going to be a lot more simple than this, because this is complicated and you don't want complicated. It'll never be easy, but it should not be complicated.
You won't be settled. Yep. I promise you, you won't feel peace.
Yeah.
And everyone deserves peace.
Yeah. Okay, this next one is really funny.
So funny. I'm so excited.
Really because raise your hand if you were in college fall of 2019. Were you in college then?
No, I had just graduated.
Oh, I was.
But I was visiting. I was visiting because of you being there.
Oh, yeah. You and Dad did?
Yeah.
It was for parents' weekend or something, or dad's weekend.
And
I don't even know.
Also visiting my ex, which was super.
That too.
Yeah, I was there quite often that year.
There it is. Speaking of situationships and mating families.
Actually, that wasn't.
It's okay.
Was that a situationship before a situationship? Do you think?
Kinda, yeah.
Honestly, it kind of was.
Yeah, and that's okay. Let's just put that back into Pandora's box, and we'll open it up another day.
That one we can go into detail.
Maybe with your therapist next week. That's a good one to start with.
Okay.
Oh my god, you guys are gonna laugh
sisters,
at this.
I wanted to share a story that is long, but I also feel like you guys would find it both enjoyable. So this goes back to fall of 2019. I was a sorority gal and happened upon this very sexy baseball player at a tailgate. From the moment we met, we talked 24/7 and there was an immediate connection. We went out with both my friends and his friends almost every weekend, drinking and living a lifestyle that now my 25-year-old self could never. Girl, I feel that so hard. Fast forward a month or two into him and I talking. We were out at the bar where, let's just say, I had probably 10 too many double vodka sodas and don't remember a single thing from that night. Other than when I woke up that night around 4 a.m. in this man's bed, still in my clothes from the night out, soaking wet.
Oh boy.
I crawled out of bed and went into the bathroom where I realized I literally peed the fucking bed. His bed. Sexy baseball player's bed. So I immediately panicked and walked out of his apartment down the road to mine. I was mortified and came up with a solid plan where I was never going to speak to him again. So after showering, putting on my clothes, and putting my ass back to sleep, I woke up that morning telling my roommates all about it. We laughed until we realized I couldn't find my phone. Checked everywhere and realized I left my phone at sexy baseball player's apartment. You know, the place that I planned on never going back to, and with the guy I never planned on speaking to again. Yeah, that's the one. My roommate messaged him and asked him if he could have one of his roommates bring my phone over to our apartment. So his roommate did, and I hid in the bathroom until he left. Turns out sexy baseball player still wanted to text me and was being an absolute sweetheart about me getting a little too drunk. What's funny is that we never fully addressed what happened until a year into dating when we both laughed and talked about how we felt too awkward to bring it up. Fast forward the summer of 2024, me and sexy baseball player are still dating. We've picked out an engagement ring and I am now awaiting a proposal. Moral of the story, find you a man that will love you and take care of you at your best and especially at your worst. Love you guys so much.
Oh my God.
I love that.
So the moral of the story is just pee their fucking bed.
Literally, let it go.
And you will get a ring.
Let it rip, baby.
Let it rip. Let it go. Just break the seal in the bed. And you know what? You might get a ring out of it.
Who knows?
That is romance at its finest.
I'm so proud of you.
That is amazing. That's one way to ring him in.
I do love that because honestly, props to him. He was probably raised like amazingly. I wouldn't be surprised if he has sisters. Yes. To be honest, I think that's just a gentle kind of dude.
And honestly, for being a baseball player, I'm kind of shocked.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, are we shocked though? Because if you shit your pants, and Nash still loves you. And guess what sport Nash played?
He was a baseball player. I don't know. There's some good ones out there.
There's some good eggs, you guys. That's the moral of the story. And we've talked about this before. The good guys are out there.
They're out there. You just have to piss and shit on them. They will love you. Just do it. Just let it all go. Like when I talk about just like letting it go and opening yourself up and just like being true to who you are, that's what I'm really talking about. Yeah. Which you haven't done. And it's a new avenue to explore.
No, I haven't.
You just let it rip. Just let it rip and look them right in the eye when you do it. And see if they're able to handle the pressure
heat.
And the heat. Yeah. Because
he handled the heat. He said, I love her more.
He said, in fact.
You know, and this is the thing. This is actually, okay. We're going to pivot into, yes, peeing the bed. It's common. It happens, especially when you're drunk.
Yes.
Especially when you, at this point, probably have had your stomach pumped if you had 10 double vodka sodas.
Yeah.
Anyways, how a man reacts in a situation like that, especially when you sleep over and you might have started your period, is a very telltale sign that kind of person. Okay. And I'm not saying that it's like the woo, like, that's a lock-in, because I've had guys that have been really supportive in that situation and then have just absolutely dogged me later on. But I've also had guys be like, ugh,
like they don't know what to do. Yeah.
And I'm like, ew, icky.
Let's grow up.
Let's grow up.
Yeah, come on. Like normalize those kinds of things. And I mean, if there's probably more stories out there of men peeing in the bed when they get drunk. But they'll stand up and think it's the toilet.
And they're just peeing in the room.
One of my old friends' boyfriends would do that all the time. And it was like, what are we doing? Like he would literally stand up and think he was going to the toilet, but he would literally just start peeing on the bed. I can't. No, it was somebody from Reno.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
So I
was
don't
like,
know
do
if
I
you would
know?
know them. Yeah, he did
Do
that
I know?
often. And I was like, okay, so this is, and they're still together. So it really seals the deal in
Truly. Break the
many
seal to
ways.
seal the deal.
Right.
Okay, I need to patent that.
You do. Break the seal to seal the deal. Should we retire now? You might,
You
this might
guys,
be our
this
big
might be
break.
it. This
This
might
might
be
be
it
it.
for me. Don't fucking steal anything. This is a secret community.
We just patent this. This goes nowhere, by the
This
way.
goes absolutely nowhere.
Shh. Oh my God. Okay, I'm actually scrolling to the last story because I need to get this one off my chest. Okay, listen.
Okay.
I don't know. Did you read the last story of mine?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Okay.
this is just happens all the time. Okay.
Oh no.
Hey, bestie, longtime listener, first time submission, Slay. Hoping to get your advice as a fellow girly with a partner who's a first responder. Dun, dun, dun. My longtime boyfriend of almost 8 years was recently accepted into a fire department academy in our city. Congratulations. That's amazing. He is about halfway through the academy now and has gotten close with a handful of his fellow recruits, which I'm happy about. However, there's one woman recruit that gives me a bit of bad vibes. I don't know if you've heard this before or if it's just prevalent in my city, but I hear stories all the time about people in fire departments having affairs with other firefighters. I don't really understand it, but I guess maybe due to long hours being away from home and having literal beds set up in the stations, it makes it a very easy environment for people to cheat in. When I first met this girl, my boyfriend was making a joke directed at her, and she grabbed my boyfriend's shoulders and hit him as a response. My boyfriend's personality is to joke around with everybody. He never takes anything too seriously. I don't fault him for making jokes at her or with her, but I found it weird that this girl that I don't know is touching my boyfriend in a personal way. I'm not overly jealous or overly protective of my boyfriend and would have no problem if any of our girlfriends acted that way with him. I trust my boyfriend fully and he has never given me a reason to doubt him. We truly have an amazing relationship, but I feel her behavior is shady, especially considering the things I have heard, and I asked him to keep an eye out on it. My boyfriend said he would keep his distance from now on and be careful and was very respectful of my feelings when I brought it up to him. I just still feel a little weird that they're spending so much time together and he can't avoid her. I guess my question is, what are your thoughts on this situation? How would you handle it and expect Nash to handle it? Thank you. I love you so much. Love you too. You guys, this narrative, these fucking first responders, cops, firemen. I mean,
they're crazy.
yeah, it is honestly, unfortunately, on both ends true. Not only do firemen cheat, but a lot of their significant others do too, because again, they're gone for long periods of time, long hours. They're spending the night at their, department and everything. So unfortunately, this is like such a common thing. Getting involved with first responders is you're picking your battles. You really, really are. But I will say this seems like a really healthy reaction on both ends, which is very refreshing to hear that not only did you handle it really well, but also he seemed to handle it and respect your feelings as well. And he's like, nope, I totally get where you're coming from. I get it. I'm going to keep my distance now. And, I'll keep you updated if anything else happens. And that, unfortunately, is all that you can do. Nash has worked in an ER for about 2 years now. So he's around nurse girlies all the time, which I just want to take a moment to recognize not only all the first responders out there. Thank you guys for all of your service that you do and putting your lives out on the line every day and saving lives. The industry it's a very tough mental and physical industry to get into. But also all the nurse girlies. Shout out to all of the nurse girlies and guys out there. But Nash is surrounded by like women, 90% women. There's a lot of nurse men that he works with as well. But for the most part, it's a relatively female dominated job. And there have been moments where there's some girls that like don't know that he's in a relationship or whatever. And they'll be kind of like flirty with him or whatever. I personally am not somebody who really cares for that stuff because I just know Nash and I trust him.
Yeah,
so his reaction is always his reaction is always, well, he's so friendly and so kind and genuine that I can see how people can mistake it as just something else maybe. But for the most part, he's not really like a huge flirt as is, but you just kind of have to have that communication. And it's something that like, hopefully he'll let you know right away. So it's something where it's like, hey, can you just like, if something else happens, just let me know like right away. Because if it happens and then he tells you like 2 months later and he's like, oh yeah, like I forgot to tell you 2 months ago, she like did this. You're going to sit there and be like, well, why didn't you tell me sooner? And then it starts to create these, kind of doubts and stuff. So as long as you have like a steady stream of communication when these interactions happen and you guys both handle it in a mature way. Like literally this was such a healthy response on both ends and I applaud you guys for that. That's all that you can really do. It's unfortunate because it seems like she'll probably be in the recruiting class as well and she may be working shifts with him and whatnot. But if it ever gets to a line that is very nearly crossed, that's on him to sit her down and be like, listen, like, you know, we're
Exactly.
friendly and you know, you're one of my fellow recruits and a good friend and we're all kind of in this family together, but I just want you to know, like, you cannot cross that line at
Mhm.
all. Like we can be friendly and stuff and whatnot, but you're crossing a line, you're getting close to it out of respect for me and, you know, my girlfriend. Please just like don't act like that. And that's
Yeah.
okay. He has every right to do that. Every right to do that. And sometimes you just have to put people in their place because there are some women. I mean, Nash, I gave him like a silicone engagement ring because he wanted to start wearing one. And I know he's so perfect. And you'd be surprised at how many more women are coming up to him now. I'm like, they literally didn't come up to him at the gym or anything, but the day he put it on, he's already got some girl coming up to him at the gym and trying to have like a 25-minute conversation with him.
There's
I'm
and
like,
like
ma'am.
I don't want to talk like I don't want to say anything like against the girlies, but there's just some girls out there that like have this intense desire
To
to like
steal your man.
win
Yeah.
and like be better and like I'm not saying that it's this girl, but who knows?
Yeah.
It might just be like there's just a lot of disrespect out there
And there's like the
and
psychology behind like a man who has a ring on or knowing that he's in a long 8 years is a long
100%.
time, long-term relationship where it's like, oh, I can do that because
I
he's,
And I
know,
remember like being in college and going to Vegas and Whistler and Canada and going all these places and these men on these bachelor trips and almost like the high you get
mm,
when you're young and there's a man that's like going to be married or a man that
mm-hmm.
is married that like gives you attention and you're
Yeah.
like ha ha ha, completely grown out of that. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, like completely grown out of that because it is so disrespectful
Yeah.
and it
Beyond.
actually drives me bonkers.
Yeah. It
um
doesn't matter the psychology behind like, oh, he's secure and he's
it
trustworthy. He's in a relationship and it's like they think that they can then push that
that like
weird.
boundary
I
a
don't
little bit,
know.
I don't know.
Like, why are we doing that? That's not a girl's girl
It's not
at
a girl's girl
all.
and it's
But
just like
mhm,
and also maybe she has a significant other and I don't
that would be
know,
not okay.
disrespecting that
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
I don't know. But like
Keep
Sophia said,
communicating.
keep communicating
Yep.
always. It's
You
not like it's going to be a thing where every night that you guys do have dinners when he's got his couple days home with you
mhm.
that you're like, has she reached out to you?
Yeah.
Has she talked to you? Like, you don't
Mhm.
need to check in on it. Like, it sounds like you guys have really healthy communication and
Yeah. And you can just be like, "Listen, if anything ever happens, just let me know. Let's not make this a burden on our relationship. Like, I'm so happy for you because that's amazing that
it
he's
is.
in the
It's a
academy.
huge
Like, the
accomplishment.
academy is absolutely brutal. It's like military training basically, and it's very very it's just a gnarly process on both ends, and obviously on his end, but definitely for the partner as well. So just keep that steady stream of communication every single day, debriefing, but you don't have to be like right when he comes home, be like, okay, well, what did she do today? It doesn't have to be like that, but it's like, listen, if anything ever happens, just let me know. If she comes close to it, let me know. Don't let me know every interaction or detail. Like I trust you and
Mhm.
for right now, I'm having a weird feeling, but I trust her to know that like I am your significant other and respect me and
And I
respect you.
feel like that's a really good time to communicate your intuition
Mhm.
is not distrusting of him.
Mhm.
It's just trusting of
Of
her
her
because
and make
a,
that clear.
a girl knows a girl's mind.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
And men are so dumb sometimes.
Yeah,
They
they
just
just
don't
don't
know.
read between the
Like
lines
they
sometimes.
don't.
Mhm.
And just express that your intuition is just like I think she might have a thing for you. I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
a little like it's cute, but like
Yeah.
also if she ever crosses the line, like please let me know.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Be secure in yourself. Like note on the trustworthiness of your relationship between him. Make sure that he doesn't feel like it's an attack on him because we do know men,
Yeah.
little sensitive
Yeah,
boys.
sometimes they can be sensitive about it, but it is
But yeah,
very much on
that's my
her. But yeah,
advice.
I mean, honestly, I applaud you guys for having such a good, that is, and I love telling stories where it's like healthy communication. You guys are both like seem very secure in your relationship and who you guys are. And that's awesome, especially coming from a first responder couple. So, which we love that. Shout out to all my first responder wags out there, my fire wags especially. Good luck to us. I'm kidding. It's a lot. Speaking of Bachelor and
that's so
Bachelorette,
funny.
I love how you mentioned that.
I know. I'm doing a really good job just segueing.
Linking it together. I would really like what you guys too.
Super interesting.
Give me your
comments.
Give me your take.
Really
appreciated. Yep.
Hi, besties. Seeking advice. I'm currently in a relationship with my boyfriend and the happiest I've ever been. He's the most loyal, amazing, and best guy, and I am so happy. The only thing is, he does not believe in bachelor or bachelorette parties. I personally don't care if I don't have one day, but I do care if I miss my close friends' bachelorette parties one day due to this. We don't go to the bar without each other to be respectful towards others. He is also not a hypocrite and states he will also not be attending any bachelor parties for his friends due to the culture of cheating being so prevalent. Strippers, etc., all that. This is something I feel sad if I miss out on. Is there any way I can navigate this topic into further discussion with him? On the other spectrum, I have seen horror stories of men's behavior on bachelor trips and don't really love the idea of him going on them either, but they're so normal in society these days. Any thoughts? Thank you. I love you guys.
You know what's really common though? Joint bachelor and bachelorette trips. Very common. That's kind of what Nash and I would be leaning towards. Doing it individually is totally fine, but if you guys are
I don't think she's talking. She's not talking about
No,
her
I know, but
own.
I'm just saying that, like, because if I know you don't care to have your own and he doesn't care to have his own, which is totally fine. But if you guys wanted to, joint bachelorette and bachelorette trips are really in right now. I think it's a great idea. I think it's really fun too. I don't know how to feel about this one.
Okay, so
because let's get it out there.
I already tapped in the last
bachelorette
story.
parties are fucking nuts.
Bachelor parties,
yeah,
are psycho.
Yes. They do be acting out. They do. And it's not all of them.
No, it's not all of them.
Definitely not. And we
my God.
Perfect.
This is so
Where's
good.
our hands?
Okay.
I only have one.
Oh my gosh.
I was gonna bring
you
back
guys. We went to Vegas. Oh, when did we go to Vegas? 3 years ago?
3 years ago.
The best trip to Vegas ever.
Yeah, it was really fun.
We started our night out.
This was not my birthday one. This was the trip before.
This was the trip before.
Yeah.
We went in like August and it was such a great group of girls. We got paired kind of with, because if you haven't been to Vegas, if you're a girl, it's super easy just to get access into a club. If you know a promoter, they'll most likely place you at a table that's already bought out by a group
of guys.
So you're just kind of there to mingle, to have fun, whatever. You get free shit, you get free drinks.
Yep.
Enjoy your time, enjoy the superficial attention. Move
Super
on
fun.
with your night.
Very fun.
We got paired with hands down the best group of guys.
Bachelorette party. It was so fun.
It was so
fun.
were
all so fun.
The guy who was getting married was like showing all of us pictures of his wife, was like, I'm so excited. Like, we were just having the best conversations.
But obviously, let's put it out there. Like, we're a respectful group of women too. Like,
and we knew our place. Several girls were in relationships on our end.
Yeah.
And it was like the most platonic, fun moment.
Yeah.
And so there are great guys out there.
Yes.
There are great groups of guys.
Yeah.
There are guys that hold their other dudes accountable.
To a high standard. And all of those guys all did that. Like, they never once said, like, oh yeah, like dance on his lap, like, yeah, show him a good time.
No.
That's not okay. Like, and none of us would ever do that anyways, but none of them were encouraging him to do that. They were just like, we were all just like hyping him up the whole entire
It
time.
was like the weird. It's
and
like
he
we were on
literally
the
was
bachelor
so drunk.
party
He's like,
with them.
I love my wife so much.
Like,
she's my best friend, and I can't wait.
Pretty.
He was, he was really sweet. But also, his guy friends were also very respectful guys
respectful.
too. Yeah,
like they were all.
There
respectful.
are good groups out there,
and like I said, I've been in situations where it's like icky.
Yeah,
it's just icky guys, and they just think like lads weekend, lads holiday.
They don't care. They won't get caught or whatever.
It's giving Casa more.
And oh my God, big time.
So
but I do feel, I don't know.
Like, I don't know how to feel about this story, because if you are expressing that he's loyal and the best guy ever, Like, it shouldn't be an issue for him to go on a bachelor trip.
Yep.
Like, guess what? How his friends act and how anyone around him acts, that's not his problem. Like,
It's
you
not.
guys are grown ass adults,
Yeah.
okay?
And you are who you
And
surround yourself with. So if he is loyal and if he is a good dude, then he's going to choose to surround himself with other good dudes who are loyal and respectful. Like,
100%.
can guys be a little bit inappropriate at times or whatever? This is not like boys will be boys. Like, maybe not inappropriate physically, but they say stupid jokes. Maybe not inappropriate. They should never be inappropriate, but like immature. I should have said
Totally.
immature. Can they be immature at times? Sure. But like, if he is loyal and he's a good dude, he's going to choose to surround himself with not shitty people.
I
So
know.
then that, like, if he's part of somebody's wedding, you know, then it should be okay. And like, you should definitely be able to express and be like, listen, I totally understand your take on this, but I think it could be really fun for you to go and experience and go on a
Totally.
bachelor party. Like, it really is just guys hanging out all weekend and having a bros weekend. Because, you know, when my best friend so and so gets married and she has a bachelorette party, like, it would
I
kill me
want to
to
be
miss that.
able, like, and express that and just be like, we both have so much trust in each other. And guess what? Women, their bachelorette parties are like so much different
Very
than
different.
men.
Very.
So I just
Yes.
feel as though, I don't know. I don't feel like you need to like maybe lay out a whole itinerary for him, but
Mm-mm.
if it makes you feel better to express like, we're doing workout classes this day, we're going wine tasting this day, we're
Yeah,
just
give
doing
them
a
like the whole
spa day, like,
itinerary.
why not? Like, express, like, if that makes you feel better.
But how about them not going out without each other
Yeah, that's
too?
another part. That's a decision. Obviously, it sounds like a mutual one, and I
Yes.
hope it is mutual, and I hope it isn't maybe one of you coaxing another to be like,
Into
we have to go out
only
together,
together and you can't go out alone
whether
with your
that's you or
friends.
your partner.
Yeah, because it seems like,
Um,
are you allowed to go out for a girls' night? Even if a girls' night is just entailing like you going out to dinner and drinks with like your friend or a couple of
totally.
girls, and then maybe you go to like a bar after and then you go home, or even just home after dinner and drinks. Like, hopefully you're allowed to do things like that. That is food for the soul, baby.
It
Like,
is
girls' nights
moments.
are
Yeah,
mandatory
they
in
are.
relationships.
They
You have
are. You have
to
to have your
you have to have
time.
your girlfriends. Girlfriends are what get you through life. Like, whether it's your family, like sisters and cousins, or you've got some besties,
I
those are
feel,
what get you through life.
and if you do go to the bar with each other, like, I do hope that you guys spend time
Mhm.
apart and like
Yeah.
maybe on opposite ends of the table, and like
Yeah.
you're talking with one group of girls or guys, or like, and you're talking with your mutual friends and you're mingling. But I'm not gonna lie, like, and you want the advice, I'll give it to you. If you guys are latched onto each other 24/7, like,
You got to breathe.
you gotta let each other breathe, you gotta
Mhm.
let your freak flags fly,
Yeah,
and
because
just
remember
like,
that three-path analogy I always give with relationships. Like, you have your own path, they have their own path,
and you
and
have
you
your
guys
path
have your
together.
path together. You can't just have your path together. You guys both, he's got to do things for himself by himself that he loves to do that fill his own cup, and vice versa with you. Like, you have to do things for yourself by yourself that fill your own cup on your own. And then you guys do shared things that fill your cup together, shared activities, quality time, whatever that may be. So and I know that there may be like a lot of people out there, maybe whose significant others feel that way too, like similar to this story,
Totally,
and
totally.
that's just communication, baby. Like, talking about it, talking through it in a respectful way, hear them out, hear out what they think, ask why they feel the way they do, and really kind of dig into that. Because you guys, I'm telling you, it just goes back to that first thing we talked about, like childhood stuff. Like, there's
Yeah,
certain ideals and beliefs that are instilled in us that we don't really even know. And it comes out through choices and beliefs that we have nowadays. And it's like, okay, why do you feel that? Oh, it's just not cool. Like, you just don't do that. Okay, but what brought you to this belief and this decision? What are things that happen that where you feel like, okay, well, I saw, my best guy friend went out and he cheated on his, or whatever. And that you could be like, okay, well, that makes sense. Like, that's kind of
yeah,
traumatic to
yeah.
go through if you saw your best friend cheat on a bachelorette party on his fiance or whatever. That can make like, and then you kind of talk through it from there and you reassure. But yeah, it's always communication, you guys.
I
Communication is
know.
fucking key.
But if you want to go do that and be with your friends, like, you
You should definitely
deserve
do that.
that. And if he doesn't want to go do that for his friends,
Mm-hmm.
that's his decision. But
Absolutely.
yeah, I just feel like you guys have the right to have like autonomy over your guys' own decisions in those situations.
And we love besties and we love girls like that. I think that's a good one to end on.
I do too. I'm happy about that one.
I'm doing like a pulse check on Ollie. He's old, okay? He's old. God, he's perfect. Again, I'm going to reiterate, he's obviously going to live forever, but I always am pulse checking on him just to make sure that he's breathing still. Because he's so perfect. So cute. This was such a good episode. This was a good one. These are some good tales, you guys.
We were a little bit more serious this time.
I know. Oh yeah, we were. I did bring out the hand for about
there it
5
is.
seconds.
Here she is.
But thank you guys for sending in your tales. Keep sending them in. The link is down below in the show notes, or if you're watching this on YouTube, it's also down on YouTube as well that you guys can see. Send in any tales, any advice that you have, any things that you're going through. Everything is anonymous. I do not know who submits anything unless if you leave your name. Like I don't get a notification about who sent what in. It's completely anonymous. So any advice that you guys need, like that's what we're here for. And we love you guys.
I know.
This was a really good episode.
Yeah, we got some good stories in.
I know, we really did. And we love you guys so much.
Loves you.
And Ollie does too. Wait, he's officially part of the bestie gang. Yeah, let's do a little
hi. Oh, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Oh, he's going on his belly.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
He's not wanting to get up.
He's dead weight.
He's dead weight. Come here, baby. Oh, he just squeaked. Say hello. Oh my gosh.
He wants to get up in the microphone.
I know. Do you want to say? He's like, no, this is like actually ridiculous. Are you paying me? He's like, am I being charged for this? Poor guy. He's so sleepy. He took a car ride, and now that was his big outing, was his car ride.
I know. He's exhausted.
I know.
Don't worry, buddy. We're just going to lay on the couch
I know. We're just going to lay. It's overcast. Maybe we'll watch Harry Potter. Or should we wait? Like, when are we going to... I kind of am like a Deathly Hallows moment. I don't know. I'm in like a Deathly Hallows.
What food are we going to order then tonight?
I ate out the last 2 nights.
So did I. I got such good food.
But we could cook something here and it can be delicious. What about but we really can though. Like we can do it.
We're never gonna say goodbye to you guys.
I know. This is what I'm
gonna take you.
Can you imagine
for the rest of the day?
Come on, guys, let's go. Can you imagine how hard it is for me to say goodbye every single episode? They know that my outros are like 15 minutes long because I'll say, "Okay, you guys, like, thanks so much for staying and hanging," and then I'll just keep fucking talking. I cannot shut the fuck up.
See, I'm different. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, she's ready to go. Okay, we love you guys.
Love you.
Thank you for joining us today, and we will talk to you soon.
Bye.